Royston Colburn is the head of risk solutions for Canpro Global, a risk mitigation company that is involved in human resources screening, security consulting, and investigations. Prior to moving to Canada and joining Canpro, Royston spent 30 years as a police officer with the prestigious Scotland Yard. We sat down with Royston and asked him if the work he currently does is much different than being a police officer.
It's actually very different because in policing you're usually mopping up after it's happened. Although I have to say British policing is different to Canadian policing. It's a different style, and there's much more investment in preventative policing in the UK than there is in Canada. The consequence of that is that in Canada, really, unless you've, and this is in no way a criticism, it's just different, but unless a crime has actually been committed, police interest is not, police don't see themselves getting engaged in that, and therefore, what is significantly different for me is the fact that there are significant opportunities to engage in preventative activity with not only with insurance companies but with all our clients. And to prevent crime is much cheaper in every respect, from a human perspective, from a financial perspective, than the opposite of clearing up afterwards. I totally advocate prevention, mitigation, and that's where the private sector have the most to contribute to industry and commerce in Canada, because that is without the private sector, that would be a gap.
One of the things that we've seen in the last 2 years on an international level, that was a different kind of terrorism, piracy, right? In Somalia, the Indian Ocean and stuff
Sure.
like that. And it has changed insurance companies because they now have to insure against their business and corporate clients that are being in piracy. Are you seeing that in your business as a global company?
Well, there's every. I mean, the reality is that that technology has brought people with frauds and scams. Instead of walking into your office with a scam or a fraud, they can now sit at the other side of the world in an internet cafe and carry out those things. Whether that's the management of piracy or whether it's actually a fraud scam, and so the difficulty again around that is that you can't investigate and deal with that. Very rarely can we actually get to the heart of piracy or some fraud scam that's being conducted from an internet cafe in somewhere in Africa or somewhere in the Middle East or somewhere in Asia, which are the common places. Therefore, the need for prevention and insurance is about covering it when it's actually gone wrong. We're the stage before that. We're actually looking at measures to not prevent the need for insurance, because you need insurance, but to prevent to increase the opportunities for clients to, if you like, negotiate cheaper insurance because they've taken all these mitigating measures. So that's one of our tacks. We can help you as a client reduce your premiums by helping you demonstrate to the insurance company that you're doing all these things to reduce the possibility of a claim. And common misconception is around, or should I say, one of the important things is that a claims-free company is an advantage not only to the client, but also to the broker and also to the insurance company. Everybody actually benefits from being claims-free, and therefore anything that we can do to assist a client in reducing their premiums and reducing the risk of a claim, everybody, insurance companies, brokers, clients, everybody's happy with that. So that's where we see opportunities.